Hey, I'm Ray,
And I'm Brian, and we're West Thebarton Brothel Party.
and you're watching the AU Review. Yeah, first time to Big Sound, first time in Brisbane for me, so
How
pretty
are you
cool.
enjoying it?
yeah, it's alright. I enjoyed all the free booze last night. That
I
was
think
certainly
everyone
great.
did. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, that is definitely the problem.
How did you pull up today?
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, I guess the humidity doesn't help when everyone kind of smells a bit like booze still from the night before, but yeah, not too bad. I think we've been playing a few shows recently, a couple last weekend, and so I think we're well seasoned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. How was the King Street Crawl? Because that looked like it as an event massive. Like.
Yeah, King Street Crawl was sick. We rolled into Sydney straight from Wollongong.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of were like, oh yeah, this will be pretty sweet. Like it'll probably get pumping a bit later, but it was pumping from the word go.
Yeah, right.
It's really cool. Really good vibe down there. The music and booze coke guys really know how to put on a show.
Mm. What do you think? You know, coming from Adelaide, can you ever see that sort of event being held in
Yeah, well,
South Australia?
I think Day of Clarity is
Yeah,
a pretty good example of that. It might not be one big long road and like King Street, but I think the East End, which really surprised me of all places, rather than the West End of Adelaide CBD, managed to put on like a good show, so a good festival like that, and you know, and King Street Call was a little bit different in that it wasn't quite as heavy as the Day of Clarity, but I think the music community, like punk metal and garage, really embraced that kind of thing in Adelaide.
Yeah, I think it's we're really starting to see that emergence of a definite culture, that sort of music, not just on the East Coast but in South Australia as well. Clarity Records guys, they've been doing so much good for local music as well. So for you guys kind of coming up in this wave of just fucking all out there stellar live rock music, how does it feel, as music fans as well as being performers coming through, that there's so much support behind it now?
I just think it's really cool that it seems like, especially in Adelaide at the moment, there's lots of like-minded people who just aren't afraid to hang out and aren't afraid to kind of wear what they think and what they like on their sleeve. It's really cool. Obviously the guys from Bad Dreams had some pretty sweet success, and I think that was really the start of a lot of people who are very kind of into the same thing, just realising that Adelaide is a happening town. It's not just it's not a dead, desolate city, unlike everyone else thinks, but there is a reason to go to shows in Adelaide, and it's kind of cool now more than ever. Live music is really kicking goals in SA.
For sure. And you guys have obviously been touring quite a bit through 2016. How would you describe the way West Seb has, I suppose, developed as a live act now that you've had to deal with getting 7 of you out of uni and out of work to sustain a touring lifestyle?
Like you said, it's a little tricky to juggle, but I think we've all played in bands before, we've all been done touring before, a separate band, so I think we've trying to figure out a way to do it sustainably with 7 people, getting the schedules right, but it's not as hard as I actually thought it would be. I think it's because we're all mid-20s now, and everyone's not like shit kickers and like, I can't go scrunch out some money. But it's much more simpler than I thought it would be.
It's really it's kind of cool that it's almost a matter of like, we got to get this done, so it just gets done.
Totally.
We kind of, it might get done late, it might get done poorly, but it's always managed pretty well.
It'll get over the line.
Yeah, exactly. And I think back to a couple of questions ago, we all really do just live for playing live shows, so that's why we all kind of get our shit together and organise ourselves to move around, even though it can be pretty hard and testing at times.
And it's always going to be a bit of a trip being able to tour with new music as well, which has been great. We've been seeing some awesome releases from you guys through this year. Was there a moment where you started to feel things kind of levelling up for the band in terms of the amount of attention that was being thrown your way and the fact that people are really switching on to the music you're putting out?
Well, I think when we released our 10-inch last year,
Yeah.
the launch for that was just a really big eye-opener to kind of sell out the hometown launch, and it was pretty well received interstate. Because before that, I didn't really know if we were the biggest fans of the band, or if there's some 18-year-old kid there who's listened to it on Spotify. But there's heaps of people there. It was really cool to see, and now when people start talking about your songs and all that kind of stuff and they don't even know you, it's pretty sweet to know that people are actually enjoying your music rather than your friends and family who back you through your teens mainly.
Yeah, there was another time, like interstate, we went to Sydney for the last tour, and we were this is probably one of our first headline shows in Sydney for about almost 9 months, because we weren't sure how the turnout would be. But we played the Botany View, and there's heaps of people that rocked up right before us, and and we just released Red or White, and then all of a sudden when that song kicked in, heaps of people knew the words.
That's pretty cool when people start singing your lyrics.
Yeah, and we played it heaps in Adelaide, but Interstate was a bit of a different story, so that was kind of really nice and really angry singing.
Yeah.
Almost unsettling, you're really singing Red or White really hard, and harder than Ray. I reckon they were screaming it louder than the PA, which was.
I think I actually lost my voice at that set because they were just so loud that I couldn't hear very much through the foldback. I was really pushing really hard, and then I was like, oh shit, that's probably because all these dudes were singing the lyrics.
That's such a cool feeling. And I think that's one of the cool things about Big Sound as well, is you can never really anticipate what any of your shows are going to be like at this sort of thing, because you don't know who's going to be there, you don't know
that's right.
if it's going to be more punters or if it's going to be people who've just heard about you through blogs or whatever. But being able to be in an environment where there are so many different sorts of musicians and so many different sorts of bands, but we're all here for the same thing, that's a cool feeling. I mean, did you guys, because you played The Bright Side last night, how did that show go for you?
Yeah, it was really cool. I get what you mean. It's a bit of a different vibe, playing to kind of industry heads and, not your classic fan that would normally roll through the door. It was really cool because we've never played Brisbane. We had a few people down who were fans from Brizzy who came to watch us, which was pretty sweet. And yeah, I think we won over the crowd by the end of the set. It was really nice to see kind of people roll in and stay in rather than kind of, oh yeah, cool, move on to the next thing, which I'm guessing kind of is the essence of Big Sound. It's just to see as much as you can see.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And I suppose looking towards the end of the year, I suppose, is it just going to be just shows right up until the end of 2016, or? Yeah,
there's going to be shows in there. There might be a little release towards the end of the year. There might not be. Not too sure yet. But
we'll edit around it.
Yeah. But I guess we'll just, just trying to kind of do what we do and see opportunities coming up. Playing a couple of festivals in summer, so that should be pretty cool. And then we'll see how we pull up after that, I guess.